Welcome to the Joystick. I'm your host, Eli York. I'm joined here today with three special guests. We have Kylie, Ricky, and even a more special guest than before, Wilson.
Wow, I see. Wilson's more special than us.
He is more special. Wilson, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody who you are?
My name is Wilson. I'm in the class with Eli, and I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, man. So today we're going to be talking about YouTube. And is it still relevant? Now, a lot of people are going to answer this question and saying, yeah, it's still relevant, but that's up for you to decide. So we're going to go ahead and get to our first topic of this episode, and that is YouTube before it was bad. So, I mean, there was a point in time where YouTube was super good, and it was like just fun to watch videos, and then that all ended around like, what would you guys say, like
2017?
Yeah, probably 2017. What'd you say?
For me, it was like 8th grade, 7th grade.
That's
somewhere
around the right time.
I don't know. I was never big into YouTube culture. I watched a lot more TV and stuff. There used to be a couple of YouTubers. But I don't watch that much YouTube, honestly.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Minecraft videos.
Yeah,
I did
Tobuscus,
too.
yo.
Yeah.
Tobuscus,
Back in the day.
back in the day when there wasn't a scandal towards him. Yeah.
No, but like those
He was
Happy Wheels
innocent.
videos and stuff
He was
like
innocent.
funny.
I really liked Tobuscus. I watched a lot of Minecraft videos and just like I think the most YouTube I actually watched was for like horror video games because they're fun to watch like YouTubers play because it's funny when they like when there's a jump scare and they're like it's kind of funny. But
I think it was Catherine Sparkles who played Slenderman and Oculus Rift.
Sparkles.
And it was like a 10-part video series. It was awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I liked it.
You got a lot of mileage out of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the two biggest YouTubers that I probably watched was Markiplier and PewDiePie. So we'll get to PewDiePie a little bit later, but
Good man.
So now that we talked about like before it was bad, we'll go into the YouTube algorithm now, like in 2018.
It's 2019, Eli.
Oh.
Oof, big
We
oof.
got some news
It's not
for
like
you.
it's been a month.
Don't worry about it. So I think the algorithm now is that they're pushing out like videos and YouTubers that they want to show.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like the whole hype around the algorithm was just other YouTubers using it as an excuse to get more like mileage on their channels.
I think so too, and I think like the problem with this algorithm is that they're pushing out these YouTubers and they're getting like way more ad revenue and just revenue from like merch sales and all that because they're like, hey, go subscribe to this YouTuber because he's cool, and they're basically just getting all the subscribers, and that's not what YouTube used to be. Like they didn't used to have something like that.
Well, there's sort of a difference. Like if YouTube, do you follow the official Instagram account
For YouTube?
No,
I don't.
No, just like for Instagram.
Oh yes, I do.
You know how they'll like feature posts on there, like from creators and stuff, and I think that's cool, and it's a good way to get lesser known people more of a platform. But it is a bit different if you're just doing it through sort of this algorithm, and then it seems like it's a bit biased because maybe it's not really what you search for. So I don't know. I think there's a bit of a difference, but it's not necessarily always a bad thing.
It's not always a bad thing, but it's certainly not a good thing all the time too. What I have to say about YouTube is that it's kind of like Twitch now. If you've been on Twitch, they just feature the people who they want to feature, and it's now becoming like oversaturated to the point where people who are trying to basically get more followers and get more viewers, they're just being pushed down all the way into the depths of streams and all that.
I just have to disagree with that. I think part of what makes YouTube such a meme right now is all those like random videos in that recommendation box.
Oh yes.
Like I feel like that for example, like I don't know, like kid drinks chocolate milk, then gets hit in the face with a volleyball or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got like 600 views. It's like why is
this in my recommended?
Yeah, I never looked this up. Why are you giving me this, YouTube?
Mm-hmm. So they do the recommendation thing, which is pretty cool. And sometimes I find videos in there that like I'm like, what videos did I have to watch to end up here? Because I think we all know.
Half the comments on those videos are
yeah.
always, "Why is this in my recommended?"
Yes.
I will have like
Yeah.
5,000 likes.
So some of the videos in there bring you to, I would say, the dark side of YouTube, but we're not going to go into
Rabbit hole.
depth about that because there's some shady stuff going on in the dark side of YouTube. But our next thing to talk about is celebrity YouTubers. Now, this is a big thing that's going on
Will
now,
Smith.
especially yes, Will Smith, especially after YouTube Rewind, which we will talk about in a second. But basically, Will Smith is one of the big YouTubers that kind of started it. So, what do you guys think about Will Smith as a YouTuber and getting revenue from that as well?
Honestly, I had no idea he was a YouTuber. I just know that he was
wow.
in Rewind.
I didn't know that either.
I knew about Rock. When the Rock created YouTube channel,
Oh yeah,
because
I do.
Like Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne the Rock.
I
Everyone
Our boy
made-
Dwayne.
love Dwayne.
everyone made like a big deal about it, and then he joined and he made like one video, and
was
then
I don't know why that's such a big deal, honestly.
so many other people like Will Smith, people like that started joining, and like it's like, do you really need that extra source of revenue?
Exactly, because
don't-
they're already
well-
celebrities and they're already making massive amounts of cash.
Yeah, Dwayne
but-
is
but-
like literally the biggest.
Will Smith has
actor.
4.5 million subscribers on YouTube. He does vlogs.
I know, but hold on. When did they say they were just doing it for the money? They might just be doing it for fun.
They are, but they're not. Here's the thing.
I don't-
YouTube. No. But YouTube will give them extra because they're promoting them because they're celebrities. YouTube is actually taking the initiative to pay these actors extra than other YouTubers, and that's really kind of like screwing a lot of people over.
But I think that's true. But I also think that the reason YouTube might be doing that is it's just like paying influencers to promote your product.
It is.
I mean, it's so
But-
people are like, oh hey, I like Will Smith. I want to see what Will Smith has to say, and I'm gonna go to YouTube to watch it. You know.
I understand that, but then again, I mean, it's YouTube. It's not. It's not really. I mean,
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay, let me put-
I agree with Eli. I think there's a certain part of YouTube that is like, yeah, it's for new creators wanting to show off whatever they want, and there's a certain part of it of like the freedom of like creation, the freedom of who wants to do what, to the point where like you can argue that having big time celebrities before they started YouTube making YouTube videos is kind of wrong, but at the same time, making rules that like they shouldn't be there would kind of be defeating the purpose of everyone can make
freedom of-
videos.
yeah.
like
everyone-
the issue
yeah.
is that YouTube started. I don't know, 2004 maybe.
No, that's too early.
Was that too early?
I think it was 2010.
Oh,
Oh, no.
jeez. Oh wow.
No,
I went way
when
far
was
back.
when was the 10 year?
2005. Oh,
2005.
2005. Actually,
Really?
you're pretty
So
close.
it started in
Wow.
2005. The celebrity count
Interesting.
started to show up around 2017. So you have all these content creators, thousands of channels on YouTube who make content, and then all of a sudden, content creators who are celebrities get paid extra, and that doesn't. It's not really fair to other YouTubers, especially since Will Smith doesn't have as many subscribers as like let's go with PewDiePie. Do you remember the last time
respect
YouTube paid him
PewDiePie.
super like extra than Will Smith or something like that? And there's another celebrity YouTuber, Jack Black, Jablinski Games. Okay, this is a
I didn't even know
channel
that
I'm
was a
okay
thing.
with.
I didn't even. That's
Okay,
awesome.
the premise of his YouTube channel is that he's kind of he puts a lot of memes in it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, he's Jack Black.
Yeah, he's not. Here's the thing: his YouTube channel, it does have like over 2 million subscribers, and he's verified. But he's kind of making it as a joke, so he's not really like promoting YouTube. He's just making it as a joke.
Well,
And
I don't.
I
Well, I
think
mean,
it's kind of funny.
I don't like. I mean, what is Will Smith saying? Like, oh, I love YouTube in his videos.
Will Smith takes it seriously.
No, I know,
He
but
takes the whole thing
I'm not sure.
Do you think it's
YouTube
because
would be
Will
paying-
Smith is kind of falling off the cliff? Or, yeah, Will Smith is kind of, like, nothing against Will Smith. Love him. Do you think he's kind of going down? Maybe YouTube is just his last option?
I feel like YouTube is I mean, for media,
Yeah.
because he is old and he's not
not that
He's not
old.
that old. Okay, I'll rephrase it.
He looks
but
like an angel.
he's like,
He's a dad.
Well,
he's
is.
50. Huh.
He's
Well,
he's,
but
he's
that's
he's
still not old at all,
super old,
though.
but he doesn't have as many opportunities in the film industry as he used to. Obviously,
The last movie, the big movie that I remember him in is Suicide Squad.
and he didn't look super old in that
Last
one, but
big
that was
movie I
only
remember
a
him
couple
is
of years ago.
Rewind.
Yeah, that was like 2016.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I think he's just using YouTube as kind of because he wants to get more, people to watch him. I think is what he's doing it for. Yeah, I mean, some of the videos that he posts on there are pretty cool. Like, they're vlogs. And he does cool stuff because he's, like, loaded, so he can do practically whatever he wants on there. Mm-hmm. He gets expensive stuff. He gets expensive cameras. He gets celebrities on his show. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. He just uses it to promote himself, I think.
I mean, that's what you do on social media, really.
I don't know if it's a YouTube channel or, like, an actual show, but his wife or partner, I should say, she has. Are
they not married?
I don't really remember. I think it's like complicated. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think they're one of those couples that broke up and then they never actually remarried, but they are together. But I think he promotes her show on his YouTube channel.
Well, that's nice of him.
It is nice, but then again, he is promoting YouTube.
Well, I mean,
super big way.
that's just like anything.
Is he specifically promoting YouTube, or is he just on YouTube? Because YouTube might want to pay them just to be on YouTube so that people go watch them on YouTube, but I don't know. Like, it seems kind of redundant to be on YouTube and be like, "Oh, I love YouTube so much." Well, if you're already watching the video, you're probably not going to be swayed by that. But that's just my opinion.
I think that's how we're going to get into our next topic with YouTube Rewind.
Genius.
Will Smith was the very first person to be
okay. That was very unfortunate.
On
I feel bad for him, man.
On YouTube Rewind. Now, I don't have any problem with that. He is a YouTuber, but the reason why content creators on YouTube, like the actual YouTubers, are mad is because he was the first person shown, and he's really not a YouTuber.
Yeah, I personally think YouTube Rewind was perfect for what they meant it to be, and for a lot of reasons. I think it was an awful video, but I think it was great showing. It was great showing smaller creators. It was great showing big creators.
It did.
I really don't like the execution they took for it, but I mean, it got the attention they wanted it to.
It's like one of the most commercial things I've ever seen. I agree with that.
And that's another thing. They showed off some Twitch people, and they, of course, they showed off Ninja. But the problem that people have with that video as well is that he's not a YouTuber. He literally takes clips from his stream from Twitch and uploads them to YouTube. Well, and that's his other main source of revenues from YouTube.
I just feel like with that, like, maybe YouTube Rewind, yes, the big aspect of it is the whole year in review in YouTube. Mm-hmm. Ninja was such like a big part of the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. Especially on YouTube, there were so many clips coming up of him and stuff like that. I think it'd be unfair to say that he did not have a presence on YouTube, because he definitely did.
I'm not saying he didn't have a presence. I think he definitely had a presence on YouTube. Yeah. It's just that I'm not saying that I have a problem with Ninja, but a lot of people are kind of frustrated that he's getting recognized when he really hasn't really done as much as other creators. And I think that's why there were a lot of dislikes on that video as well. But I think
it is the most disliked video on YouTube.
It is, and what's funny is YouTube, like they make memes about that, and I think it's kind of funny but kind of weird at the same time. They actually make memes about how disliked that video is. But then again, you should be like, as a company, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't think that's really healthy for your company to make memes over your own site. Well, and that's just me. I mean,
one thing about YouTube Rewind that I actually really did appreciate, the one part that I was actually okay with, was whenever they actually mentioned certain animators.
Oh yeah,
I
like that.
I loved Jaden Animations.
I love her too. Like, I'm just glad that they finally gave her the recognition that she deserves, because her animations are amazing.
I remember one of my favorite people to watch is the Odd Ones Out comic.
Oh yes,
He makes
that one. He's a really good content creator.
He makes some great videos and he works really hard on them. But his channel completely blew up. That's one of the people. If I didn't see him, I would be upset because he went from 4 million to 10 million in a matter of months, and it was crazy how much attention he got for that. I loved the slight nod from Jade Animations to PewDiePie in those videos. That's awesome.
Because he wasn't even in it.
Yeah. So I'm actually kind of glad they recognized animation in this certain rewind.
Although also,
For sure.
What was with the K-pop thing? Was that like a big thing in 2018, or like was I not paying attention,
K-pop
or did
is
they
like
just
a big
randomly
thing
add
in
that
general.
in?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
It's just always been. I don't know why they chose to recognize it like
Like
now
rather
this
specific.
year.
That's why I was kind of confused. I was
You
like,
don't
was
really
it
notice
particularly big
K-pop
this
until
year?
you like see it, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe in our part of the world, not a lot of people watch K-pop, but maybe in a different place, it's huge, and they had a lot of international YouTubers in there.
No, I think that was really cool. I just wasn't aware if like K-pop was like a big 2018 trend in particular.
I don't think
know.
it was a really. I just think it was general.
I think the reason they pushed out K-pop, like I listen to it, so I'm kind of up to date. Like BTS recently
Weird
had
flex,
a
but okay.
song. Sorry, BTS is a very popular K-pop boy band, and they recently had a song with Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I think they.
I think K-pop just in general has been popular for a while, so that's why I'm gonna finish by saying it's just. I mean, I think it's just generalized. Like they just put it in there because I guess it's kind of relevant. So to get into our next topic, YouTube and their monetization. It's
conspiracy theory.
there is some
All that is fake.
Yeah, there's some real problems with YouTube's monetization. YouTube will forcefully make sure that whoever content creator they don't like, they'll make sure they're not paid. Now they're obviously the sub. What I don't know what they call it, like the sub company under YouTube that they get their ad revenue from. It's just a company that they use. They will pay them, but YouTube will like actually take away I think it's like a verified thing. They'll take it off if they want to. Yeah. And I think it's really dumb because I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers who are like struggling to make money because some of these people, this is their job. Like I know for example, it's a puppet show, but it's not kid friendly. It's called Super Mario Logan. Now what this is he does like
What?
Yes, it's funny. I really like it, but it's a little offensive. But it's kind of funny. He made 2 channels, each with 5 million subscribers plus on each, and YouTube took off the monetization for both of them.
Well,
So
I
he's
mean,
not getting paid.
there are certain
There's certain parameters that YouTube follows.
as a huge amount of YouTube is going up in like kid videos. Like there are so
Yeah.
many of those like, making forts in Walmart, staying
I
the night
love
at a
those
trampoline
videos.
park.
I love the fort
But like
videos.
there are so many of those that are geared to like kids. Like
Yeah.
I went over to my friend's house and he's watching some video of a bunch of guys sneaking into like a bowling alley or something like that. And like it's very obviously not like mature content.
Right.
It's very obviously like they're putting on a show. But like having a kid roll up to a video that they think is just some innocent thing, I can understand why they don't do that. I don't think it's fair. But I feel like definitely the community guidelines should be modified maybe to fit people's age range is better, not
Yeah.
necessarily take away just because.
I think like
That's a good point.
YouTube is more mainstream nowadays. Like you said before, there's a lot more kids who watch YouTube, so they need to make sure that they're watching videos that they should be watching and not something like mature. And I think that's why they are taking off like monetization on like super like graphic or mature channels, because that's not what they want the public to see, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen this with one YouTube channel that I watch called Luxury Pranks.
I just watched them like a few days ago. Yeah.
They do certain stunts that could be considered dangerous, but they do it all for a good cause. And all the money that they gather from these videos goes to a charity to help this cause, which I find is very sweet of them, not to keep it for themselves, really. But YouTube took down all the monetization on that channel, so they were forced to use their other one so they can upload a video on that other channel a day before.
And I think one YouTuber that everybody knows I bet you everybody knows that makes it prominent in his channel that it's family friendly and you have to post family friendly comments in the comment section is our friend Joey Salads. Okay, do you guys know who Joey Salads is?
Never watched one of his
Heard of
videos.
him.
Seriously?
I've heard of him.
I've
Heard of him. Heard
I
the
don't-
controversy.
Okay.
Never watched one of his videos.
He is a prank star on YouTube, so he does a lot of pranks. Nowadays,
Is he the guy who went to jail?
I don't think he ever went to jail, but he definitely is one of those people who could get arrested easily.
Oh.
Because he does some questionable pranks that will get him arrested. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. Basically what he does is he used to make like pranks for like a good like 5 minutes, like a good 5-minute prank video. Now because monetization, that we didn't actually go over, but YouTubers now have to go over 10 minutes to be able to get money.
Really?
Well, no, that's
More money.
No.
More money than like there's like a gap.
No, when you hit the 10-minute mark, you get the option to place another ad wherever you want in your video.
That's why.
And that's how they get more money.
So-
which to be fair, I kind of understand though, because they don't want people cramming like, 3 ads into a 5-minute video.
So can I make a 6-minute video, then put 30 minutes of black space to the end of it?
Yeah, that's what actually some people do is they actually take the rest of the time and like that's why I'm going to say about Joey Salads is what he does is he does like a minute-long prank and the video says something prank, right? And then the rest of the time, the rest of the 9 minutes is him playing Fortnite. I mean, it's like it's just funny. Like people, like seriously, people take like their video, like a short little video, and because they're like, oh man, it's not 10 minutes, they just put in like just random stuff.
PewDiePie did something like that.
He did, but then again, we're talking about the people who
PewDiePie.
really take liberties, like Joey Salads.
Oh, God.
So that's gonna about wrap it up for this episode of the Joystick. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Any closing comments from anybody?
I just want to say thank you for having me. I had fun.
Yeah, thanks
cool.
for having me as a special guest.
All right,
Sweet.
so go ahead and follow the Joystick on Instagram at the Joystick Podcast.
Ooh, Instagram.
And go ahead and check out all the other personal shows and The Tempest. And you can follow The Tempest on Instagram at tempest.radio. Once again, this is Eli York on the Joystick, signing off.